Hello everyone, today's February 2nd, 2010, and as I speak to you today, the current national debt stands at about $12.3 trillion. If we look at the unfunded future obligation with Social Security and Medicare, we're on the hook for $100 trillion. Now, I'd like to put this into perspective by using real money as opposed to monopoly money. And I'll do that by using gold as opposed to using paper money, which will eventually go to its true value of zero, just like it has in every single country that's ever used it throughout the history of the world. So if we look at an ounce of gold, today is around $1,113. So multiply that by 16 and we would have $17,808 would be a pound, and a ton of gold today is worth $35.6 million. Now the U.S. supposedly has the largest amount of gold in the world at 8,133 tons. And Germany comes in second at 3,412 tons, I believe. So we have more than double what they have. Now if we multiply our tonnage of gold times today's price, we come up with $289.5 billion. So this is where the M1A1 Abrams tank comes in. We're going to use that to put this debt and everything into perspective. Now, an Abrams tank weighs 68 tons. So if we figure out how much a solid gold tank would be, it comes out to about $2.42 billion. So we'll use that to put things in perspective. So looking at how much money we have in gold, if you look at an Abrams tanks, we have 120 solid gold Abrams tanks in this country. Okay, so this is where things get interesting. So if we look at the national debt in terms of solid gold Abrams M1A1 tanks, we have 5,040. We owe 5,040 solid gold tanks. That's the national debt. Now, it really gets scary when we look at the unfunded future obligation of $100 trillion. Now, we're talking about that. We're talking about 40,975 solid gold A1M1 Abrams tanks. 40,000 tanks, solid gold. That's future obligation. Now, I put this into two other ways we could look at it. It's a little more than 3 solid gold 1.7 mile long Golden Gate bridges in San Francisco Bay Area. We're talking 3 bridges solid gold. That's the future obligation. Or another way to look at it is 2 solid gold Golden Gate bridges, each with 6,829 solid gold Abrams tanks parked on top. I mean, where's the money going to come for this? Isn't this unbelievable? And keep in mind that the world, in 2008, the world only mined 2,330 tons of gold. That's like 34 Abrams tanks, solid gold, were pulled out of the ground. So if we were to pay off our national debt, and we were to pull 34 tanks out of the ground every year, and all the gold mined went to the U.S. to pay its debt, it'd take 148 years just to pay our $12 trillion debt. So, we recently saw the 2011 budget. It was in the news. $3.8 trillion, I believe. That's 1,582 solid gold A1M1 Abrams tanks. Now, 650 of these tanks will have to be borrowed because that's a deficit that we can't even afford. We're going to spend 650 solid gold tanks beyond what we have. But heck, if you're on the hook for 40,000 A1M1 solid gold tanks in the future, what's another 600? Tack on another 1,000, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just print the money, borrow it. I'm sure China and Japan can get tired of loaning us money here soon. But, I don't know, all these solid gold tanks kind of blurring my vision of a recovery. There are people talking recovery. You look at this type of stuff. What recovery? How are you going to recover from this? This is ridiculous. I mean, you better be starting to build your own Abrams solid gold tank if you want to have any type of way to survive in the future with what's going on. Well, that's it for now. Take care.